If you have never gone to the gym or worked out at all, go maybe twice a week, 2 times a week, and only go, set yourself a time, like go for half an hour, right? That half an hour, it's probably not going to feel like a lot. You're going to feel like, oh, maybe I'm not going to get that good of a workout, but it's not about what you accomplish there as much at the beginning, as much as it is the fact that you are there and you are accomplishing the goal of making it to the gym.
Transmission received. Authorization granted. Welcome to the video.
What's up, dreamers? Hope you're having a fantastic day or had a fantastic day, depending on where you are in the world. And I have to let you know that you are awesome. Welcome to Driving and Vibing. What's the vibe today? What do you want to talk about today? I want to talk about New Year's resolutions, as we're like a week and a half in, and we are working towards New Year, new me, right? I want to talk about, preventing the burnout of our new journeys, whatever we may have been embarking on this year, and, staying energized through that. So the common theme at the beginning of the year is everybody starts the new year, new me, the New Year's resolutions. I don't even like calling it New Year's resolutions, because when you make a resolution, it's more for the quote-unquote resolution than it is for yourself, in regard to kind of like the thought process, the mindset behind it. Whereas instead of saying, oh, I'm starting a New Year's resolution, I'm gonna start going to the gym, as if I worded it as though I want to better my health and improve my cognition and my reaction time in game and my executive decision making. So I'm going to start going to the gym for me to help with those benefits. As you can see, wording it differently is going to change the kind of the motivation behind it, right? So I like calling it New Year, New Me, or anything else really. But the theme is that, within the first month or so, people drop off a lot, especially when in regards to fitness, like going to the gym and whatnot. And it's just, I feel like it's a lot of times, I'm going to talk about this, but a lot of times it's because people go from 0 to 100, and that is an issue. Staying energized is important to be able to help prevent the burnout as well, not only in life but in game. Whether you're a casual gamer, a professional gamer, or a streamer, you do not, you do not want to hit that state of burnout, because let's say you just this year you wanted to start competing in tournaments or with a team, and now you're putting in more hours, or you wanted to start streaming. Let's say you wanted to pick up more shifts at work. Let's say you wanted to start that fitness adventure, right? And now you're putting more hours into whatever these activities are, and you're not really used to it, but you put more hours in without kind of weaning into it or taking small steps towards a new goal. You're more than likely going to get burned out. You're more than likely going to feel the effects of a burnout than you would had you taken these small steps towards that goal. Now, what is burnout? What is burnout? Burnout is the feeling of, kind of just being tired. I mean, I don't even know the textbook definition of this. I do know this. I should be able to recite this. I talk about burnout often. I'll get it, I tell you. Burnout is the feeling of like fatigue while doing these, for lack of better terms, while doing these activities of yours, is the lack of enjoyment. Burnout is where you don't feel like you want to take part in that activity anymore, even if you may love that activity. An example being playing video games. I have gotten burnt out during competition, during some seasons while I was playing heavily in my earlier years. So I say earlier like I'm really old. I'm not that old, I promise. But I have seen burnout several times where I was putting in 40 hours, 60 hours a week, literally, of playing these games, staying up all night, not really thinking about my health. See, I could have probably made it a little further had I thought about my health. And because of that, and you play and play, and then you start seeing the same results sometimes you see the same results. Sometimes you move forward, and then sometimes you plateau. It happens. Plateauing happens through every journey. I mean, it just happens. And then you see that plateau, and then you get burnt out, and you want to play the game, but like it's not enjoyable at that point, and like it's happened to me a couple of different times, and it kind of soils the season, right? The competitive, it kind of soils the competitive nature of the game, and that would be what happened. That would be what happened to me, and why I used to be so like inconsistent. I'd play for a couple months, then I would not play for a couple months, and that's something I want to help people try to prevent. Like, it happened to me, right? And I was unable to see why. And I feel like that does happen to a lot of people. So I want to be here. I want to help people to be able to see that so they can prevent that burnout, stay energized. So taking baby steps is definitely the best way to accomplish both. Taking these small steps is the best way to accomplish both. If you decide that you want to start streaming or join a competitive team, if you decide that you want to start a wellness journey this year, take small steps. If you have never gone to the gym or worked out at all, go maybe twice a week, 2 times a week, and only go, set yourself a time, like go for half an hour, right? That half an hour, it's probably not going to feel like a lot. You're going to feel like, oh, maybe I'm not going to get that good of a workout, but it's not about what you accomplish there as much at the beginning, as much as it is the fact that you are there and you are accomplishing the goal of making it to the gym, going there for 30 minutes. You can get a lot done in 30 minutes, by the way. Even if you just go and walk on the treadmill, use an elliptical, any sort of cardio machine, and just do, kind of like zone 1, zone 2, which is lower heart rate. You do that for 30 minutes, and you do that twice a week. That in itself is very powerful exercise, especially if you haven't done. I mean, the health benefits are phenomenal on just the cardio itself, especially if you haven't done any cardio or any exercise before that. But you're building that habit, and if you start doing that, and then you do twice, and then you'll start to get to the point where you think to yourself, well, I've been doing this for 5-6 weeks straight. I feel like I can add another day. So you add another day. Maybe instead of the just straight cardio or just straight, resistance trainings, lifting weights, you add in a resistance training day or a cardio day. Now you're at 3 days a week, and you're able to maintain that because you've started building the habit, as opposed to just starting out and going straight from 0 to 100 and going 5 days a week because that's what you read online on several different blogs, and watched a ton of videos of these seasoned professional lifters, bodybuilders, all these social media influencers that, are giving out all this crazy information for seasoned lifters or, exercisers, I mean, it's just like I feel like the people don't usually, especially the influencers, they're not really helping out the beginners, and it's just crazy to me. Like, everybody has to start somewhere. Where are all the people enlightening the people who need to start somewhere and making it, easier for them, right? And helping them out. It's me. I want to help everybody out to begin. Now, let's say you want to start let's say you want to start a career in gaming, right? Professional or streaming. You're gonna want to do the same thing. If you're playing X amount of days, right? And putting X amount of, let's say you play 20 hours a week. Now you want to start competing, which is going to require 40 or 50 hours a week. Take baby steps. Bump that up to 25 hours a week, right? Add 5 hours, which just add 1 hour, extra hour, 5 different days. If you play 7 days a week, 1 extra hour each day would give you significant benefits, as opposed to adding 2 or 3 hours each day, because now you're spreading out the total time that you're playing these games, right? And you'll be able to prevent yourself from burning out by not adding so many hours each day. You're taking those little baby steps towards your competition, toward adding, or your tournaments, whatever it may be or you're streaming. If that's what you want to do, you want to start streaming longer hours, more, give your viewers more content taking those small steps is very, very powerful. And with that, you will start to, kind of be more energized about it, because now you've to be able to prevent the burnout as you set yourself a new goal, like going to the gym, starting on nutrition, or starting to stream in video games, or even, playing competitive play. Taking those small steps towards that will help prevent the burnout, and in turn will keep you energized, not only physically but emotionally, and prevent you from, feeling the effects of fatigue from going from 0 to 100, because you are taking those small steps. And I think that is a very important aspect to put into consideration. So there's my tips on that. If you have any tips of your own, please let me know in the comments. I would love to hear them. If you liked the video, hit that like button. Also, hit that subscribe button for more content like this. And hope to see everybody in the next video. Later, dreamers.